presents ScentBlocker Most Wanted. Brought to you by Bossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. ScentBlocker, close enough to kill. Browning, the best there is. Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Tree Spider Safety System. Light, easy, fast, safe.
On this episode, we're headed to New Mexico with Bob and Larry. Now, I know it sounds like they're hunting together, but they're actually on two different sides of the state, hunting for two different animals. First to Bob, who's hunting the La Tinaja Ranch in western New Mexico. This ranch is surrounded by the El Morro and El Malpais National Monuments, ancestral homes of some of the oldest American cultures and home to some of the biggest mule deer in North America.
We're at about 7,800 feet right now, so it's going to take a day walking around and get a little acclimated, get them lungs built up. You know, this is an area, we're along the New Mexico-Arizona border. We're in Unit 10, and this is an area that over the years has produced a lot of big Boone and Crockett, both typical and non-typical mule deer.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
What happened to your chin? What is that little thing there?
Oh, that's my Fu Man Kung Chu. Nice.
Man! I didn't do it.
And I appreciate
it. Was that to protect yourself or protect yourself from me? I'm pretty harmless.
I knew you was, Bob.
Home sweet home. Beautiful place. Lots of walking the next couple days, but you know, we're gonna get all settled in, and Patrick's gonna take us out and show us actually the lay of the land. He just showed us the map. Kind of, we've got almost 7 square miles. We're gonna do is go set up as high as we can get. We got a spotting scope and a pair of binoculars, and just try to figure out where these bad boys are moving it.
On the other side of the state, Larry is hunting a vastly different terrain for another icon of the West, the pronghorn. Tatum, New Mexico is in the southeast corner of the state. The land here is flat, dry, and harsh. But the pronghorn thrive on the abundant grasslands and pastures that were established by cattle ranchers willing to eke out a living in the seemingly inhospitable corner of America. Larry and his good friend from back home, Corey Wimmel, arrived in Tatum a day before the season opened to scout and, of course, decide in their Winchester Model 70s. Now, I've got to tell you, Larry takes his scouting very seriously. But then again, so do Bob and Josh. If you just can't get enough ScentBlocker Most Wanted, become a fan at facebook.com/ScentBlocker Most Wanted.
This segment of ScentBlocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Matthews Solo Cam. Catch us if you can. Rage, the revolutionary rear-deploying broadhead.
Welcome back to ScentBlocker Most Wanted. Bob and Larry are both hunting in New Mexico. Bob's hunting muleys in the mountains, and Larry's hunting pronghorns on the plains.
Opening day of the New Mexico gun season. We're just outside of Grants, New Mexico, on a private ranch, 7 square miles, about 4,200 acres. Guys in here the last week have been elk hunting and have seen some really good mule deer. You know, one thing about mule deer hunting, you try to get to the highest spot, and see as much as you can. And having good optics is one of the most important parts of mule deer hunting. And then trying to figure out how to get to them once you see them. Right out here in the bottoms. Looks like 3 or 4 bucks and a bunch of does. The does are coming straight at us. We gotta make a move. Got another 350 yards to go. Buck we just seen, it was right here. We thought he went back down, went up that way. We got up here, he come around the top of us. Probably an 80-yard shot when I seen him, got off. He's probably in the 150s, still in velvet, pretty little buck. Whew. First day, it's just tough when we got big mule deer on this property to pass up a deer like that. Well, we've got some deer out in this field. We're gonna sneak up this juniper, sit down and just kind of glass that.
Maybe Bob made the right decision, although it's hard passing up a nice buck, first day or not. Over on the other side of the state, the antelope season has just come in, with Larry and Corey putting all that scouting time to the test. The guys finally found the antelope they were after, about 2 miles away. And there are 2 things you just can't do to a pronghorn. You can't outrun him, and you can't sneak up on him without some kind of cover. So Larry and Corey had to either wait and hope that their most wanted would eventually work its way out into the flatlands, or take matters into their own hands.
$220, $225, $240. Next time he stops. Okay, Corey. 252 yards. Just squeeze the trigger. Don't jerk it. We're in no hurry. All right, here we go. Well, he ain't going nowhere.
Thanks, sir.
Let's go get him. That is absolutely a really good antelope. 15, 16-inch horns. But this is definitely a mature buck worthy of hanging on the wall, Corey. Yep, we were just lucky that they're in the rut and he was locked on that doe. As you can see, we were watching these things, they were a couple miles away. They got out here in this open plain, it didn't look like they were coming back, so we come all the way around, got out of the truck and walked, and we got within 220 yards. Then they took off, and finally, 252 yards he stopped. And the Power Max out of that Model 70 Winchester, 300 short mag, he went down right there. And you made a perfect hard shot on him, Corey. It was a very, very good shot at 252 yards. Well, you got your most wanted.
Yep.
We got one more to get. Folks, don't go away. We come back, hopefully. I'm bearing down. on another one of these speed goats from eastern New Mexico.